Here are my 5 favorite sweeps to hit. Now you can hit these sweeps both gi and no gi, and you can use them for self-defense. So all around, these are 5 sweeps that everyone should know. Now, number 1, from a standing, actually let's do it from like a guard position, right? We're gonna call this like the double ankle sweep, right? If we're in a position whether we're in guard and the person starts standing up and he's trying to either get out of guard, if this is an MMA fight or a street fight and he's just wailing punches, either way this is a perfect opportunity because both his feet are available. So at any moment, I'm gonna reach down, grab his ankles, and again, even if he's wailing punches, right? I can take a split second to drop my hands, grab here. At this point, I'm going to open up my legs, hip in, and get them to sweep all the way down. Now, one thing I'll also kind of add in with that as well, just to make sure that I get a good momentum, is I actually invert my knees a little bit so that I can really get that press going forward. Come back down. The other thing that I can do, pop back up, is the moment I grab his ankles as well, I can also bring my feet back, post them on his hips, so then again, when he's fully postured, I can push on the hips, grab the ankles, and we can still sweep them right there as well. The last way that you can hit this double ankle sweep that I tend to hit it from, again, if we're talking MMA or even self-defense training, is if I'm on my back, the person's starting to get past your knees into your hip line. Again, they're trying to go for mount or something. I'm gonna reach down, grab the ankles, bring my knees up to my chest in between their legs. Big detail, I wanna flex my legs out while I still maintain a good grip on the ankle and get them to drop as well. Now, the biggest detail, no matter how you sweep them off the double ankle sweep, is I'm using that as an opportunity to come up. And this is the big thing about sweeps in general, especially if we're talking self-defense. I'm not doing this to level the playing field for both of us and on the ground. I'm using this to get him on the ground, which will then, I can use that momentum to start working up, and then it gives me a head start to either turn and run, or if it's in a situation where I need to re-engage, it gives me that opportunity to engage while this person's now on the ground. So that's sweep number 1. Now, the second sweep that I tend to hit often is a tripod sweep. Now, this works real well if I was in the process of, say, going for a double ankle sweep. He catches that right away, and he clears a leg and steps back. As long as I still have contact of one heel, I'm gonna keep my foot posted on his hip. All this side is doing is I'm pushing on the hip, I'm gonna pull and lock on his ankle. This foot, I'm either looking to hook behind the knee or hook behind the ankle, depending on the size of the person and how far they're stretched out. And then all I'm doing is I'm pulling my leg towards me as I push this leg, hold on his ankle, and again, we sweep them. It's a tripod sweep, but same thing as before. I'm gonna use that as my opportunity to get back up and get out of the situation. Number 3 is the pendulum sweep. Now, this is typically done from a guard position of some sort. Now, I'm gonna show you the way that I tend to hit it, but just understand from a big picture persona, the idea is that I isolate the arm of the side that I'm looking to sweep to. It doesn't really matter how you isolate it. Some ways are easier than others, but all I'm trying to do is prevent him from posting. The second thing that I'm looking to do is take my other hand, feed it underneath and in between his legs, and I want to get a nice tight grip. Now, for whatever reason, if you can't do that, if they're wearing a gi, obviously I can grab the pants. Even in the street, I can grab the pants, but ideally I want to grab underneath the thigh and pull myself in. So now as I have this arm isolated, I'm at a good angle from here. And then at this point, I'm going to start making big rotations with my leg. I'm not looking to sit here and just swing my leg forever, but I want like maybe 1 or 2 big rotations to get that momentum. And then as I start coming down, I'm making sure that I really pitch this arm up so that again, I can end up in mount to where I can do damage if I need to. I can work on, controlling them, submissions, whatever you want to do from that position. Now, the way that I tend to hit this, which is a little bit easier of a control point, is I'll look to get an arm dragged across. And then at this point, I'm going to actually sit up and grab behind his lat and pull him back into me as I come down. I'm gonna take that hand, again, I'm gonna swim it underneath nice and deep. And now I've got his arm fully trapped. Both arms are on the same side. And now when I actually go to sweep him and I come up on top, I'm behind the tricep, and if you know and you've watched these videos long enough, you know that I love transitioning into gift wrap positions. And again, if we're talking self-defense, this is a beautiful position in which I can control the person from. Now the next one, again from guard, the scissor sweep. One of those sweeps that if you've ever been swept by this, it's like, oh damn it, because it's such a simple sweep, and again, one that everyone should know how to do. The idea is that I'm controlling the head, I'm controlling the arm. Obviously in the gi, people will grab the sleeves. Again, I like to just kind of isolate both. Now the key is I need to be able to release my guard, shrimp back a little bit and get one leg across his body. I don't want it too low where he can just kind of smash me. So I kind of have it pitched a little bit like a knee shield. And again, I'm controlling this posture. Now the standard way to do the scissor sweep is my bottom leg is going to sweep out his legs. This top foot is going to kick. We're going to do it simultaneously. Again, I don't need to push or pull. I'm just locking down my arm so that he can't move. Sweep him, and I'm going to pop up into mount right away. Now, a couple things that we need to take note from this. If I'm dealing with a bigger person in general, whether it's size, length, or they start basing out really wide, meaning that it's real difficult for me to get this sweep, I have to acknowledge that immediately, and what I'll actually do is instead of sweeping this leg, I'm going to take this foot, place it either in front of their knee or right on the hip. Ideally, it's gonna be the knee, and then all I'm going to do is actually kick that leg straight back, sweep, and again, we pop right back on top. Now this last one is gonna be off of side control. Now, when I tend to escape side control, what I like to do, obviously, is I'm going to post on them, work to get an underhook, and ideally, I wanna start coming to wrestle up. Now, this is not a sweep, obviously, we're just kind of doing a reversal, wrestling up from here, but what happens a lot of times is these guys will apply a whizzer and start cranking down on that arm a little bit. Now, I can go dead arm and get behind their back, but if I'm looking to sweep and get on top, what I actually wanna do instead is take my back leg, hook their foot, pull their foot in, and then what I'm gonna start doing is kind of working towards the front. I'm gonna take my opposite hand. If I can get underneath their shin and grab their ankle, even better. If it's locked down and I can't, I'm gonna shoot the hand in between their legs, grab their thigh. I'm fully gonna commit, roll underneath, pull them all the way on top, and then from here, we're gonna transition into side control. So there you have it, my 5 favorite sweeps to sweep your partner off their feet. Stay safe.